right, well, welcome Hornetland. This is Dr. Don here, your host for Hornetcast, episode number 19. I have 4 really funny people with me today. Well, I don't know if they're funny. Maybe they're funny. They are 4 lower school students, and I'm going to introduce them to you. We have Juan Marco. You're Juan Marco, right? Yeah, say hi. Anna Cristina.
Hi.
We have Rafael.
Hi.
And we have Ines on the end over there.
Hi.
And so they're here because this year, well, they told me earlier that they just wanted to talk about tomorrow. What's tomorrow, guys?
Last day of school.
Why are you excited about the last day of school?
Because
We have long vacation.
yeah.
You have long vacations?
Yes. But I do want like homework.
You don't want homework anymore?
I do want.
You do want homework. What are you? Are you crazy, Juan Marco?
No,
Why?
I actually kind of want it though.
You want a break, but you kind of like homework and you kind of like learning.
Yeah.
All right, so it's kind of one of those deals where you're relieved that the school year's over, but then in a week you'll be bored.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the
kind of?
thing,
Okay,
yes.
that's the thing. That's the thing. So you guys were part of something that just started this last year at CAG. You were part of a new program that we did a pilot year this last year for. Can you guys tell me what that program was?
The gifted
Gifted.
Gifted program. Okay, and I got a chance to go to your share case. You had a share case last month. Was it last month? April.
Yeah.
April,
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
So you had a share. It seems like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So you had a share case where you guys talked about what you're learning and what you're focused on in your lives, and maybe what you're obsessed with, like stuff that you're like really into. Now that was a whole month ago, so you might have changed what you're obsessed with. You might be obsessed with something different. But today I just want to talk to you guys. What are you learning, and what are you like really into that you want to talk about today and share with Hornetland so they can hear about your obsession. So, what are you into?
I'm into how does Bitcoin work and help the world.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Are you presented to me about Bitcoin, and I swore to you that I was going to invest in Bitcoin because it looked like I should have invested in it 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What would have happened if I would have invested in it 10 years ago?
It was like $13.
$13? And now how much is it?
Like 104,000.
Are you serious? I really blew it.
Yeah.
Why didn't I invest in Bitcoin a decade ago? I was thinking about it and I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
So Rafael, you're really into Bitcoin. Can you tell Hornetland a little bit about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? How does it work? Because some of us might not know.
So like Bitcoin is a decentralized nature, and it doesn't have any ledger, and there's no bank involved. And like let's say Bitcoin is more secure than like dollars because you need a password, and if someone wants to steal you, they need the password and they don't have it, so they can steal you. But if you have a dollar and you like it goes out of your pockets, it's someone can steal it.
But Rafael, I have a bank account and I have a password for my bank account too. So what's safer, Bitcoin or my bank account?
Bitcoin because like it's full private and it's peer to peer, like if you send it to person, you don't like do the whole thing. You just, if you want to send Bitcoin, you send it right away to the person automatically.
Okay, so there's no third party. Like a bank is a third party,
Yeah.
but with Bitcoin, it's just person to person.
Yes.
Okay, so in Guatemala, we like to do transfers,
Yes.
right? From our bank accounts, we always do transfers. Like if I want to buy banana bread from a teacher, I'll do a transfer and they'll bring me a loaf of banana bread.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin is kind of like that, where you're just going directly from person to person.
Yes, but there's no ledger.
There's no ledger.
Yeah.
So is it safe or is it like kind of shady?
It's sometimes it's safe. Like if you have the password and everything, it's safe. But if someone knows your password, you're not safe.
You're not safe. What grade are you in, Rafael?
4th.
And do you have Bitcoin?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Can you buy it if you're in 4th grade? Your parents buy it for you? Do you have to be an adult?
Yeah,
How old do you have to be to buy Bitcoin?
I don't know, but my parents sent it to me.
Okay, so you have an account, but is the account in your name?
Yes.
And it's your password, and you're the person that exchanges it with other people?
The app creates the password.
The app, okay.
So like they give like 12 words, and you need to write them so you can remember, and then you can make your password, but with numbers.
It's encrypted, so it's very safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
So-
know my password then.
You have Bitcoin too?
I would easily know my password if I ever had Bitcoin.
Don't tell them. They don't need to know your password. You don't have Bitcoin though.
Yeah, I do not.
You do not. Do you want Bitcoin?
Maybe. I don't
After
know.
talking to Raphael, maybe you guys are gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Raphael, you might have like high school kids coming to you, and maybe teachers after this Hornet cast. They might be coming to you for advice on Bitcoin.
Yes.
Well, the
Okay.
entire third grade's gonna be rushing at me.
Third grade, they might be.
If they
might
see
be.
this.
You're in third grade.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a third grader, a fourth grader,
Fourth grader.
fourth grader.
5th grader.
Oh my goodness, you're like in 2 days you're gonna be a middle schooler.
Yeah.
Sixth grader. Are you excited?
No, I'm sad
You're sad. Why are you sad?
because I don't want to leave lower school.
You're kind of like at the top of the totem
Was
pole
it
now,
like
right?
so
Fifth
Yeah.
graders are the oldest,
Yeah.
but next year you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the way it goes. It's
Was
kind
it
of the
so
nature.
easy? It was like elementary so easy, like lower school so easy.
Was lower school easy for you?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. So you're excited for middle school so you can challenge yourself a little bit
Yeah.
more? Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we heard about what Raphael is obsessed with. He's a Bitcoin expert. What do you buy with your Bitcoin, brother?
Like you transfer the things that you want.
Okay.
So you can send them Bitcoins, and you can buy what you want.
Have you bought anything with it, or are you just like
Yes.
holding on to it and saving it?
My family has bought something with
Okay.
Bitcoin.
Did you buy like a Nintendo Switch or
No, it was a dog.
a dog? You bought a dog with
Wait,
Bitcoin?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You bought life with just a Bitcoin.
Yes.
What kind of dog was it?
Like
Xoloscuintle.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's if you're in the pure dog breeds, then Bitcoin's the way to go, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Who else is obsessed with something that they want to share with us?
kind of me.
Yeah, go ahead, Juan
Yeah.
Marco. The entire third grade is going to be after you to get your
So-
knowledge after this, so just be careful what you
Okay,
put out
okay.
there.
So I'm like kind of obsessed with tardigrades. They're a microscopic creature that basically. is
Say that
kind of
again.
immortal.
Toilet grades?
Toilet.
Toilet grades?
Tardigrades.
Tardig-
Tardigrades.
Tardigrades.
Yes.
Tardigrades. Okay, gotta make sure we say it right. Tardigrades.
Yeah, they're microscopic creatures that like, well, half a millimeter. They're pretty. Well, not.
Is that like
visible.
this small? That's like really
Smaller.
smaller. Okay.
Smaller.
Microscope. You gotta have a microscope to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh huh.
Basically, they're kind of immortal for the time that they're alive. They've been sent to space, dropped in lava, just way too many things.
And they
And
live through it.
The only thing that can kill them that's not old age is hot water. They can survive lava, but not hot water. How?
How does that work? How does that work?
that was
Isn't lava hotter than hot water?
I know. I don't know how.
You don't know how, but they can die of old age.
Yeah,
How old do they get?
like normal tardigrades, like U tardigrades, C tardigrades, they normally get up to like 2 months until they die. And marine tardigrades, they live underwater.
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing: they die on land, they die on the moon. They can only survive in like water. But they live up to 125 years old.
Oh my goodness, that's older than me. Yeah, that's so tardigrades. Now, for the viewers, I think we're going to put a picture of tardigrades on the screen so that they can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
definitely.
Because you
Right there.
obviously, you're talking about something that we've never heard of. I think you might just be making it up. Are you making it up?
No.
This is
My mom
scientific.
actually hates tardigrades, but
Your
I
mom
just
does.
know that they're real.
Your mom hates
Yeah.
them. How does she hate them? How can she even see them?
Well, she hates how they just look.
They look kind of
They
freaky.
look so like cool. And
They look like
so
little
nice.
monsters.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I didn't know they even existed.
Till now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think? How many people vote that Juan Marco is making up tardigrades? How many?
I'm not making
You're not
up
making it up.
things. I'm not
Okay,
making it up.
as the viewers can see on their screen, they're real.
Search,
They're a real
search
deal.
it, put the picture onto there.
How come this has not become a part of standard curriculum in schools? Don't you think we all need to learn about tardigrades?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Fun
that's
fact: the oldest tardigrade fossil is like 900,000 years old.
900,000?
Yeah, they've been here before the dinosaurs. Don't worry about that. They've been
Okay.
here.
Oh my god.
So it'd be older than 900,000 then if it's before the dinosaurs. 900 million maybe.
Yeah, but like the oldest one that we could find, like a Harvard student found a tardigrade fossil, like so old, I tell you.
Uh-huh.
Way
Okay.
older.
We're gonna have to do some fact checking on that, right?
Yeah.
Do some fact checking? Okay. So you research tardigrades and Bitcoin tardigrades. Tardigrades, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's some pretty diverse obsessions. What about the other two? What about our ladies? Something different? Are you obsessed with something?
I like a lot space.
Anna
I
Christina
think-
likes space.
I think it's very interesting.
Okay. So you're an astronomer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like learning about it because it's so big that I think it's never ending.
It's never ending. So you're probably really excited about the last, what is it, 8 months, 9 months since the new telescope got up and running?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Do
you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. What's the name of it? It's not
Galileo.
the Hubble was the old one. Now it's the new. What is it called? We're gonna have to look this up
Yeah.
because everybody's gonna think that we're not very gifted if we can't remember what it's called. But that's okay. You've seen the new images of stars that we never were able to see before with the new telescope, right?
Is it James Webb?
James Webb, yes, the James Webb telescope. That's it, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen some of the images.
Yeah.
They're so amazing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we
something-
should put some images up on the screen so people can see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
something we
right
can never see without using a telescope, like with our own eyes.
And so that new James Webb telescope is giving us the ability, and actually, I think it started giving us images a couple of years ago. And so, what is your favorite thing about space?
I like learning about like the characteristics of the planets. They're so different.
The what?
The characteristics of planets.
Characteristics of planets. They are so different. And so, can you give us an example of some planets that are way different than each other?
Like for example, Jupiter is pretty big. 1,300 Earths can fit inside it.
Whoa.
Wait,
1,300 of where we live can fit inside of Jupiter?
Yeah,
That's humongous!
How many cags can fit in it?
I'm not sure.
Well, how many
like,
cats
a
could
lot.
fit in the world? A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot.
So that's pretty massive. That's how big Jupiter is. What's another characteristic that's going to blow our minds?
Mercury is not like Mercury is the closest to the sun, but it's not the hottest planet. It's Venus.
And why is Venus hotter than Mercury?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Okay, but it's hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the sun.
Yeah, and Mercury's temperatures on daytime is 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Only 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and what is Venus's?
I don't know.
Hotter than that,
Ve-
evidently.
Way
A
other.
lot.
Okay. So those are probably not good planets to live on.
Honestly.
Okay, so Anna Christina's out in space with the Bitcoin floating around and these creatures, right? And then we have
They're
Ines.
floating around in space as well.
They're floating. I knew that. I knew that about them. They had to be floating around in space. What are they called again?
Tardigrades.
Tardigrades. Yeah, those
We should get
tardigrades
some
in space.
captions on there.
They're probably not on Venus because it's too hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surely.
I
Probably.
think
Too hot.
that might be on Mars because scientists think there might be something living on it.
So maybe tardigrades are on Mars.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
There are.
Okay.
They're on the
Because
moon as
there's
well.
like
don't
liquid
worry.
on Mars. So
Okay.
there might be living things on it.
Okay. Guess we gotta go to
Fun
Mars
fact, they
and
can
see if
actually
it's true.
survive being on the sun.
They can survive being on the sun.
Yes.
Okay. We don't really have any evidence of that, do we?
Well, and you're talking to someone.
It's hard to
that's
gather
been
that kind of
re-
evidence.
That's been like
of the sun.
researching about it for like.
Oh, so the researchers,
A long
those
time.
Harvard researchers.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Lots
Ness,
and lots.
what are you obsessed with?
With bioluminescence.
With what?
Bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about that.
That is the light created by the animals, the ocean animals, and it can even be like the animals that live in Earth. And it's created by two cells called luciferin and luciferase. That these, when they connect with oxygen, they can create the light, and this helps the animals to attack their prey or to hide from their prey because they can turn the light on and off.
Ah, okay, they can turn their light on and off.
Yeah,
And most of these bioluminescent creatures live under the water,
yeah,
okay? And so it can be like a party going down at nighttime under the
Yeah.
water because they're just like flashing all over, right? And so we're going to put a picture on the screen so you can see what they look like. They're pretty.
yeah.
They're beautiful. So why did you become obsessed with bioluminescence? I mean, that's like kind
Because
of random.
in 2023, I went to a museum in Miami that was like a planetarium, and it had a lot of bioluminescence animals, like in tanks. And I was interested by learning how did they make the light, because I thought like the tanks had light, and that made the animals like brighter.
So you thought it was the tank light,
Yeah.
but then you found out it wasn't the tank light, and you were like, "Whoa, I got to know how that works."
Yeah,
Okay, so that's when it began,
yeah.
and tell us something that will blow our minds. 1,430 Earths inside of, or whatever. I got it wrong. didn't I?
1,300.
1,300 Earths inside of Jupiter. Tell us something that will blow our mind about bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence is a type of luminescence because like the types of luminescence are chemiluminescence, bioluminescence, phosphorescence, and fluorescence. And that's like when you use like a marker to like highlight something. The highlighter is phosphorescence. It's phosphorescence. So
Okay.
that's the science of phosphorescence, and that's why we can like use the highlighters as light.
Okay, so some creatures actually have their own highlighters
Yeah.
that they flip on. How does that work? How does it flip on?
Because when they like go to the surface, they can breathe like they can
They breathe air?
They breathe air,
Okay.
and that makes the cells react.
Okay, so the oxygen that they take in makes the cells react and then
Yeah.
lights them up.
Yeah.
But they can choose when to light themselves up. They just take some oxygen and push the button, and then they're luminescent. Or
Yeah.
are they just, when they take the air and then they go down, they're luminescent for 5 minutes? Or how does it work?
They could light up like a whole month or a whole year.
Oh my
That
goodness.
depends like how big they are.
Okay.
Like if you have like a jellyfish, that could light up like 4 months, and like if you have like a microorganism, that could light up like 1 week.
1 week. So
Yeah.
the bigger you are, the longer you can light up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's almost as cool as how there's 1,500 types of tardigrades.
Yeah, I mean, we could get into a little war here about which one is the coolest, right? I mean, we got huge planets like Jupiter. We got Bitcoins that's worth so much money. We got tardigrades that can tardigrades that can survive. I thought you said toilet grades at the beginning. Tardigrades that can survive on the sun, and we got bioluminescence that can actually light up for like a whole year.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty cool. Anything else that you guys want to share with our CAG community, Hornetland?
Tardigrades can survive up to like negative 200 degrees Celsius.
Okay, well that's pretty hot. What about
Yeah.
you?
No, negative.
Anna Christina,
Negative.
oh negative, so
Yeah.
pretty cold.
Yeah.
That's pretty cold.
Really cold.
Okay. Anna Christina, what about you? Anything else you want to share?
I want when I saw the presentations on the staircase about all these kids, I was really impressed because they only told me a few facts on the classes, but when I saw it, it was like it blew my mind.
Okay, so that blew your mind when you got to go to the Sharecase, because our community might not be aware of this, but we have 36 students that were in the gifted program this year in lower school and middle school, and they all went to the Sharecase. We had almost 100 parents and grandparents that came to the Sharecase, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parents, and you guys had to present to all of these people that you didn't even know, right? They came by and
You
you were
were
like,
there.
I
You
was
were
there,
there.
I was
Announcing
there.
all the stuff.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I still forgot Tardigrade's name, but that's okay. You know, I'm old, I have an old memory. But it was cool for you guys to go around and see each other's kind of thought process and sharing and presentations, right? Because
Yeah.
like you said, Anna Christina, it blew your mind. And that's one thing about a gifted program, is sometimes you guys need to be with each other so you can blow each other's minds. Right? Because not everybody in the 3rd and the 4th grade like to talk about tardigrades. Not everybody. Believe it or not, Juan Marco, not everybody probably
Yeah,
wants to
I know.
But
I know.
we like to talk about them, right?
Barely
So
anyone knows
this
about
is
it.
like your people. This is like your group. What about you, Raphael?
That there's a Bitcoin company like in New York that has more than 500,000 whole Bitcoins.
So how much are they worth?
Right now it's 104,000 times 500,000.
So a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
They're worth a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Ines?
Did you know that the light of bioluminescence can be used for electricity?
What?
Yeah.
You can use it for electricity?
And they, doctors already use it for discoveries of new medicine and for discoveries of cancer.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a pretty new research, isn't it? Or is it old? Have people been researching it for many years or just recently?
It was recently. It was in 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
They just started using it for medical research and other things.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, I don't know about you, Hornet community, but I have learned a lot today. And this is my second round with these guys. So I've learned a lot. Now everybody's going to summer break. So I think that we need to say happy summer, go Hornets. It's kind of a more complex ending to our Hornet cast than we normally do. Do you think we could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to say happy summer, go Hornets.
Okay.
And we got that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy summer, go Hornets! All right, nice job, guys. Woo woo! Nice
Wow,
work.
Tardigrades.
Nessa, all right.